Most people think an anti-materiel rifle is automatically some ultra-advanced military monster, but the reality is way more layered than that. These rifles exist on a spectrum, starting from brutally simple, almost crude designs and climbing, all the way up to fully integrated long-range weapon systems that rely on advanced ballistics and computing. To really understand how anti-materiel rifles evolved, you have to break them down level by level, based on accuracy, engagement speed, range, and how effectively they can neutralize vehicles or hardened equipment at extreme distances at level 1. Anti-materiel rifles are defined by simplicity rather than refinement. This tier includes rifles like the Serbu RN50, which technically fire full power .50 BMG ammunition, but do so using the most stripped-down approach possible. These rifles are usually single-shot designs with no magazine and no repeating action. Each round must be manually loaded into the chamber, fired, and then removed before the next shot can be taken. The RN50, for example, uses a break-action system with a threaded breech cap that the shooter physically screws on and off. There's no gas system, no bolt carrier, and almost nothing that can mechanically fail. That simplicity gives it surprising accuracy potential, even reaching sub-MOA under ideal conditions, because the cartridge is evenly supported and the barrel is fixed. However, the trade-off is extreme. Follow-up shots are painfully slow, reloading is awkward, and the margin for error is small if ammunition quality is poor. Level 1 rifles prove that raw power doesn't automatically equal practicality. They can launch massive projectiles, capable of damaging vehicles, but tactically, they are inefficient and unforgiving, which is why this tier sits at the bottom. Level 2 introduces professional-grade construction and real-world operational reliability. Rifles in this category, such as the Rabar RC50, move away from novelty designs and into serious bolt-action platforms built for institutional use. These rifles are engineered with precision barrels, carefully bedded actions, and high-quality coatings that resist corrosion and wear. Accuracy becomes consistent rather than theoretical, often hovering around 1 to 1.5 OA at extreme ranges. Unlike Level 1 rifles, these can repeatedly place rounds where intended without relying on perfect conditions. The downside is speed. Every shot still requires manual bolt operation, and these rifles are heavy, often exceeding 25 pounds. They are accurate, durable, and proven, but slower to react in dynamic situations. Level 3 is where semi-automatic fire begins to change. How anti-materiel rifles are used. Rifles like the Russian OSV-96 introduce gas-operated systems that allow rapid follow-up shots without manual cycling. Chambered in heavy calibers such as 12.7108 mm, these rifles can suppress or engage multiple targets quickly. A defining feature at this level is improved mobility, including folding receiver designs that dramatically reduce transport length. Accuracy remains respectable for a semi-automatic platform, but mechanical complexity introduces new challenges. Wear in folding mechanisms or gas systems can cause shifts in point of impact over time, meaning precision may degrade with heavy use. Level 4 is dominated by iconic battlefield rifles, most famously the Barrett M82A1. This is the rifle that made the .50 caliber platform mainstream in modern warfare. Using a short recoil operating system and a massive muzzle brake, it delivers semi-automatic fire with surprisingly manageable recoil. With a 10-round magazine, it excels at disabling vehicles, detonating unexploded ordnance, and engaging large material targets rapidly. However, its moving barrel design places a natural limit on precision. Typical accuracy sits around 3 OA, making it devastating against large targets, but less suitable for surgical long-range engagements. Level 5 shifts the priority back to precision above all else. Bolt-action rifles like the HS.50 represent this tier, focusing on extreme accuracy rather than volume of fire. Cold hammer-forged barrels, rigid actions, and highly adjustable. Stocks allow these rifles to deliver sub-OA performance at distances well beyond a kilometer. Side-mounted magazines reduce shooter profile and improve ergonomics, while heavy mass and advanced muzzle brakes tame recoil. These rifles can reliably hit man-sized targets at ranges once considered unrealistic for such large calibers. Their limitation remains speed, as manual bolt operation slows follow-up shots in time-critical scenarios. Level 6 speed, as manual bolt operation slows follow-up shots in time-critical scenarios. Level 6 introduces modularity and mission adaptability. Rifles such as the Accuracy International AX-5 OELR are built as flexible platforms rather than single-purpose tools. Quick-change barrel systems allow caliber swaps, enabling the shooter to tailor ballistic performance to specific mission requirements. The bonded chassis construction removes the need for traditional bedding and maintains zero under extreme environmental stress. These rifles integrate seamlessly with modern optics, sensors, and ballistic aids, while still maintaining sub-OA accuracy. Weight becomes a factor at this level, as fully equipped rifles can exceed 35 pounds, limiting mobility. Level 7 represents the pinnacle of anti-materiel rifle development, where the weapon is no longer just a rifle, but an entire system. The CheyTac M200 intervention exemplifies this category. Designed around the .408 CheyTac cartridge, the platform was engineered specifically for extreme long-range performance. Unlike traditional systems that adapt existing ammunition, everything here is purpose-built. Integrated ballistic computers, environmental sensors, and proprietary ammunition work together to produce accurate firing solutions beyond 2,000 yards. The cartridge remains supersonic far past the limits of .50 BMG, dramatically reducing wind drift and instability. These systems are rare, expensive, and highly specialized, reserved for missions where precision at absurd distances is the primary objective. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.